I got the game already queued up and everything. And I'll be damned if I can figure
The
out.
menu music's pretty good.
Yeah. I
It
really wish
is.
Garrett was here. He's an incredible composer, musician, and he nailed every aspect of the soundtrack for RBA.
Oh, and and it was funny. I was telling Chris was telling me earlier that he wasn't gonna make it, and I'm like, it's all right. We're just gonna throw a composing like music question out there and be like, oh, it's too bad he's not here to answer the question. No, but just to have fun. Here, wait, text real quick. Oh wait, he's calling. He wants me to hold it up to the mic. Okay. And then Cram.
Long-time listener, first time caller.
Yeah. Cram, our lead programmer, does all of our programming, coding, and everything for all of our programs and everything. He's sick this weekend, but he's going to be tuning in, so he might be throwing out some questions as well too.
For sure. Yeah.
So it should be
I'll bring up the stream chat here on the side too. Keep up.
nice. All right. So while I have the soundtrack playing in my ear and everything, but it's a nice overlay. I thought it came out really nice.
Very nice overlay.
Yeah. I put effort into it.
You did good, Joe.
Thank you, Jean-Luc. Validating me. I appreciate it. That must be the psychologist in you.
Exactly.
I love it. So,
I'm getting an ad, so I can't even see it yet.
oh, you're fine. We get paid for those. No.
Yeah. Keep refreshing.
It's 25 cents every refresh, so keep it going. No.
Is it actually?
I know it's not that much. It's like
Let's
pennies.
go.
Probably like 2 cents, right? Or maybe even less.
Yeah, it's I not even sure what it is. I know it's really, really minuscule. And to be completely honest, I'm pretty aware I turned off all of our ads and everything because we try and do that for the charity events that we host quarterly.
Yeah.
And everybody always says they commercials are running. It's like, I don't know how. Like, I have them turned off, so I'm not exactly savvy with the platform. But
Look at this overlay. This is a beautiful overlay.
yeah, I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Works out great. But just to get going, thank you so much, Chris and April, for being with us and taking part in the developer ride along with us. These are always so much fun, and we can't thank you enough for taking time out of your busy schedules and your weekend to be here with us and be on stream. So thank you very much.
Thanks for having us. Really appreciate. Being able to chat with you guys, and pretty excited about this. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I
it was
mean,
always a lot of fun.
yeah, we first connected 2 years ago at PAX East on the show floor, and we first met April on the floor, came over, chatted, and then Dr. Williams came over with me, and we had a nice conversation, and then both our teams just got busy, and it was really fun because periodically at different shows we'd run into each other, and I was really surprised that we were at Too Many Games last year, and it was like the last day, and we were right on the corner in that indie dev room on the backside. And it wasn't until they started doing the wrestling that went live, and it was super loud, that I left and I walked to get around everybody through the floor, and then all of a sudden I ended at your booth, which was on the wall right there. I'm like, oh, well, I wish I knew you guys were here. A few days earlier, we would have went out to dinner. But it is.
I think I didn't see your booth until everything went down.
Right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. Hey, Luminous Wolf, how you doing? Oh, yep, having a great weekend. Hopefully you're staying warm too. So let's do just brief introductions real quick. We'll start with you, Chris, and then April. Please introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Chris. I'm a developer on RBA. That's it.
Nice.
I'm April. I'm also part of the development team, and I help more with the communications part of of the work.
That's awesome. That's really important too.
Yeah.
You know, you need somebody who's good at communication. I am not. Dr. Williams is my voice and editor of everything I send out because he is very, very word savvy and very well spoken. So if you want to talk to an average Joe, yeah, you'll catch me on a show floor somewhere and we're going to talk about kitchen renovations. But it's a wonderful relationship. I love Dr. Williams here. But Dr. Williams, you want to introduce yourself as well too? And then I'll go as well.
Sure. So for everyone that knows me or doesn't know me, hi everyone. It's been a while. We've all been really busy. So I'm Dr. Sean Williams. Online, I'm better known as Dr. Goku. I'm the program director and VP with Guardians Mental Health. And in my day job, I am a licensed clinical psychologist with my own private practice up here in Canada.
Absolutely. And everybody who may be sick of seeing me on, Twitch all the time. I'm Joe. I'm the executive director of Guardians Mental Health, and I'm an average Joe. I just do average things and push paperwork and say hi, smile, and keep it a very nice, bushy, magnificent beard.
It is a very magnificent beard.
Thank you. I have beard butter in it right now just to keep it all together, I tried to look pretty for everybody. It smells really nice. But we're here tonight to not only chat and get a deeper dive into Daylight Basement Studios, but also do a ride along in their new game that has just released on Switch, on Xbox, and full release now. Before it was early access, right? Yep. So on January 27th this year, they released full-fledged all the way across all three platforms. Coming down the road, they'll be coming to PlayStation. But you can get this game now on Steam. Yo, Polly, thank you so much for the 37-month, subs, bud. This is another one. This is one of our ambassadors as well. 2 ambassadors in the chat. Polly has already been playing the game as well. Several of our ambassadors have already been streaming it and been enjoying it. And we're going to be taking part in helping bring awareness to Daylight Basement Studios, their amazing game, and this is our opportunity and for your opportunity as well, to ask questions to the people behind the game, meanings and everything behind it. And if you have any questions, anything like that, this is your opportunity to, hear it right from them. So, to describe Rightfully Barry Arms, it's a bullet hell roguelite. Correct. That is more than collecting loot, dying, and then losing everything. It's about, carefully choose enemy upgrades against your own, plan your dungeon crawl tactfully, and to gun through unique factions of enemies and strategically preserve loot after death. So it's a lot.
That's good.
And one thing that I was saying earlier is our ambassadors are pleasantly surprised by how challenging the game is. It's cute and chaotic, and it's just so much fun. So we're going to dive into it, and we're going to hear a little bit more about the game and everything. So let me get my controller working. There we go.
It plays really well, even on Steam with a controller. I was running just with the Xbox controller, and
Cool.
it's playing really well.
Yes.
Love to hear that.
We like to hear that.
Cute and chaotic games are the best. They are. Hey, Delta, how are you? All right, so here we are. Now, when you first start the game, where are we?
Yeah, so this is more literally like a kind of like a space themed dungeon. April said that she just helps out with communications and stuff like that. She actually was a big part of designing this tutorial. And so, yeah, April can actually talk to some of these points in here that help kind of like what we did to help teach the player and things like that. But like ultimately, it's a little bit more dreamscapey. So in this particular dungeon theme, it's space, but it's in this particular case, child kind of dreaming of their teddy bear in space here. So
Oh, I love it.
He has
Love
a
it.
really badass teddy bear, I have to say.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. This is Paul. Now, what came first in developing the game? Was it mechanics, the tones, or did you have like the game centered around you had the idea of like the main character already?
The first thing I think we like kind of made, like, we wanted to just develop a game that was actually a bit more closer to Binding of Isaac.
Mm.
So when we made the game, we had some generic character that was, the camera would lock to the room, like similar to Binding of Isaac. The camera wouldn't move freely. And at some point, I replaced the placeholder with like a little teddy bear because I was like, oh, that's just like kind of cute, and thinking that we'd fill it in later, like with something else. And then as I was like designing other like art for the game, I kept going with the cute theme, and it just kept complementing the teddy bear, and it was just like, I think we should kind of go all in on this. And so yeah, the original idea was like Binding of Isaac, but twin stick shooter, and then yeah, teddy bear got thrown into it. So
Does Teddy Bear have a name?
Barry.
Barry. Yep. I love the music, how
Barry
it's
Arms.
spacey, pixelated,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, battle.
Yeah. Oh no.
That is the coolest reload animation as well, too.
Yeah. The reload animations were fun. I again, like I really enjoy contrasting humor, so exaggerated stuff, and yeah, being able to really show the player that they're reloading, and
Mhm.
over the top. We like over the top.
Melanie, how we doing? Melanie is one of our ambassadors as well. Has already been streaming the game, having a lot of fun. We were
Oh.
chatting about it last night.
Thank you.
Paul
Awesome.
Stapleton.
Yeah.
Also, eventually I will die in the game, and I do want to say that there is a awesome opportunity for marketing to make a shirt
Uh-huh.
that is about the can I can't get my thing off the screen. Actually, let me go to my settings real quick. The words that when you die,
Oh,
you've
pixelated?
been you got pixelated. That
I like
that is yeah.
That's a great idea.
I'm
That's a great idea.
gonna go ahead and say that would be an awesome shirt, and I would buy it. So let's do window. There we go.
Can you all hear me okay?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Discord decided to go shit the bed. So for some reason,
Well, you're
found a problem with one particular app.
you know, at least you figured it out. Yeah. And then we're gonna actually be switching off too. Dr. Williams is gonna play as well.
Nice.
Because I want to share it with him. I want to see how he does too.
Share the pain.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Because the first time I played it, it just brought me back to a game I played when I was a kid. Just
Okay.
kind of the way the top down and the weapons and the handling. It was an old Arnold Schwarzenegger game.
Okay.
True Lies.
All right. I love that.
Anyone remember that game on
No.
Super Nintendo?
No. What was it called? True Lies?
I don't think I played it.
True Lies. So it's a movie tie-in for the True Lies movie.
it was an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, and I can't believe they made a game for it. Also, that you owned it.
It was good. I never owned it.
Look
I
at that
rented it.
cover.
Yeah, that cover is amazing.
Melanie's saying she should have had a death counter or for how many times that she died last night playing it. True Lies, based on the acclaimed documentary. Yeah, there you go. Cram, how we doing? Okay. Oh, where's... Okay.
Oh, you got a dash.
There we go. I ran it out.
Oh, there you go.
All right, Paul, what are we doing? There we go.
Paul's teaching you about inspiration. The
Love it.
Inspiration are basically like currency for your permanent upgrades, which we call proofs in RBA.
I
So
love
these
it.
don't reset. You improve yourself is the idea. Prove.
Now, can you, if you want to, can you reset the whole card and start over, or is it?
Yeah, if you did
Yeah.
if you did like a new game or something like that, for sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
During EA, I know some players wanted to like see the fastest times they got with like no proof, like no an empty proof tree. So there's different builds out there and things like that you can try.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Haha!
You made
Survived.
it.
Look at that. I'm ready for
Yeah.
battle. All right. And I love how rewarding it is too. You just build it right up. Oh, I'm going to go. You know what? We're going to be a machine. We're going to kill. So, how did you land on this art style? Like, I know you said earlier that you're kind of going for a specific vibe with it,
Yeah.
but as anything, things kind of, I don't want to say mature, but things change over time. As you continue developing.
Yeah, we wanted to do pixel art, like I said before, is more closer to Binding of Isaac, even in terms of like how flat the game looked. And it looked good. And we just experimented with a style where we kind of gave put these 2D sprites in this like 3D world. And it started looking like really interesting. It was kind of like a retro feel. It still kept a retro feel, which is like what we were aiming for, but it kind of put like maybe a little bit more of a modern twist on it. And and then we ended up basically with what you're seeing here. So we're pretty happy with how that looked.
Oh my gosh. Go away.
The insanity.
These guys are the battery boys. They're my favorite enemies. A lot of it is like interpretations of what youth think of as they're growing up and imagine, whether that be like literal interpretations or more imaginative.
And what are these guys right here?
There's like little robots, like a toy, and then the peach is it's called like a peach bum.
'Cause I really like the art style because it has that like pixel art 2D, but you can still see some modern lighting.
Yeah,
That
I
kind
think
of creates
that's,
that juxtaposition between like the 2D pixel art and kind of the realism of it.
Yeah, I think the lighting. The other dev on the project, Mike, he implemented the lighting part of this, and I think he really nailed it. It's like pretty cool. So
now, we're getting a question. What engine is this built on?
Unity.
Unity.
Unity. Yeah.
Nice.
Looks like you have an enemy in the top left of the room still. Battery
Bob.
boy.
Go.
I don't know if Joe had asked this question, but where did the idea for Rightfully Bear Arms kind of come from?
Yeah, again, we like just wanted to kind of do like a twin stick shooter, but base it on Binding of Isaac, and it kind of grew into a little bit more of that. As we were going through it, it was like, how do we like maybe make a roguelike that you can kind of experiment with, not only improving yourself, but like give agency to the player on how the game gets more difficult. There's a game that I played, it's called like Wildermyth, and they had this like really cool idea where they as the game gets harder, you got to choose how to do it. And I was like, that's like an awesome idea for a roguelike. So shout out to those devs. They made a really great game. And I was like, that would be really fun in a twin stick dungeon crawl. And so yeah, and that's like where this started forming. The narrative is more about like a like child or young youth, like trying to kind of each boss fight is like kind of a representation of like a self concept moment, is like what we've been trying to talk about, where like there's like some self improvement and
Like,
yeah, and we
Because
can
we've seen Paul here a few
yeah
times.
yeah.
Where did Paul come from?
He's the idea is like he's like a literal stuffed animal in his in this child's room, and
and
like
this is the
we
room.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
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 And so this is the idea is like there's like a toy box, and we were joking around calling him the arms dealer, because like we imagined the child like opened up the toy box, and then like Paul Stapleton was like stuffed in there and with all the other toys. But yeah.
Love it. So when you die, this is where you come back to every time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. So this is
Paul-
like your safe
waiting for
space.
Yeah, yeah.
Paul
Like
can
the
wait
rocket
now.
ship in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the first like Space Galaxy is we pull colors from like Soviet colors, I guess. Just kind of like there's a lot of, I think, pop art and pop culture that I think gives people a really they might not realize it, but they relate it to space and things like that. So yeah, I think it kind of gives it a
Space
really,
race.
yeah, basically
Do you
really
take
cool
any
vibe.
inspiration from Ravita? The art sort of reminds one of the people in chat of it. Some of the aspects, at least, remind them of it.
Oh, Ravita. I haven't seen it, but I can take a look. But yeah, no, I don't know if I know actually what that is.
I love this, how it's like, it kind of, to me, it represents, you're a kid, you're in your bedroom,
Yeah.
and one of the most valuable things that I always thought was an imagination. You got to have an imagination. And, with imagination comes creativity and senses of humor and things like that. So as a kid, you always, you're playing with, your G.I. Joes or this and that,
Yeah.
and you're making up stories and scenarios in your head. And I love this. Actually, it kind of reminds me of, it was the offshoot of Jumanji, Zathura. If you've
Okay.
ever seen
Oh
Zathura,
yes, I remember Zathura.
I watch it every once in a while. I love it. Where you play the board game and it projects you into space. So their house literally lifts off and like goes into space. And using your imagination, your bedroom breaks out onto a cloud, and here you are in space going on these adventures and everything. I think it's
Yeah.
very creative and just well done.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Oh,
There you go. You're on your way for your first real boss, not Paul.
no. Their area of effect is what messes me up the most.
Yeah.
You really have to work on avoiding all of those particles.
Yeah. Yeah. There was
Man, I'm a
once upon a
master.
time very early builds of RBA. Those bullets were way faster enemy bullets, and that was like a big learning on like seeing players' reaction speed, and like what makes bullet hells fun is I actually think slower bullets, like when you feel like you can dodge them more, and yeah.
Is there like a hidden setting that you can crank up the bullet speed?
The difficulty
That's
setting.
Such a good idea, actually. We could probably implement something like that, but no, not currently. Yeah.
Name it like total chaos.
Yeah.
It's like when you're playing Doom.
Yeah.
You have all the. I don't remember what the last like difficulty level in Doom is, but it is chaotic to say the least.
Oh,
To answer Ravita, yeah, I just looked it up too. It looks really good. Thanks for the recommendation on that. Also, I always feel so honored when I see these games that people are like, "Oh, it reminds me of the art style from here," and I'm like, "Wow, that's like a compliment," because it's like everyone else is a real artist. And I never like. I just feel like I've always just doodled and stumbled my way through art, and so being compared to like actual artists is wild to me.
no, you stay right over there.
Oh
Because when we think about the art style, what was some of the hardest things about the visuals or the animation to get like just right?
Yeah,
Because
it's like,
you're rather limited in like 2D pixel art.
yeah. And then I even took a step further, and like the art palette, the actual like color palette, is pretty limited, and that's like on purpose by design. Like there's certain and this is like also the hardest part of it too, is like representing certain colors and aspects of like what that means. It means different things to the players. So these like white bullets that you're seeing come out of Battery Boy is they slow you down a tad, but if they hit an enemy, they speed them up.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
okay.
then
Mm-hmm.
oh no, you're out of AUG slots. And then like
Sorry.
in the second galaxy, you'll get green bullets thrown at you, and that's does damage over time. And so yeah, like with the limited sort of muted color palette. Oh yeah, so here we are with the first sort of like self-concept moment that we tried to demonstrate to players. Like we wanted to try to like take kind of pivotal moments from like growing up, and try to convey them in things of like how you improve, how you like learn and become who you are, I guess, as an individual, as a mind. And so in this particular case, like I said, we drew inspiration from Space Race Soviet Union, and this was kind of born from an idea of like your parents were trying to protect the child from something, but the parents themselves don't quite understand it either. And as you grow up, you realize that like there might be moments in your life that even the people that you like look up to might not exactly have any idea what's going on, right? Even though in that moment you're like trusting them, right? And um
Because
yeah,
it's a good
kind of
reflection on like parenting, because you try to
yeah,
do the best that you can for your kids, but you
yeah,
never really know how those
yeah.
children are really going to learn or take what you try to do for them.
Exactly. Yeah. I think it's kind of goes both ways, right? It's like that as you grow up, you realize that they weren't yeah, they didn't actually have all the information or all the answers at the time, but then you reflect on it yourself and how you're gonna like raise kids or raise
Oh my god.
younger people in your life. So
Because the thing I say to my
I'm
clients is
pixelated.
there is no perfect parent.
yeah,
The only thing that you try
Mm-hmm.
to do is to do the best job that you can and try to fuck them up the least. But you
yep,
will
Nice.
eventually gonna screw them up in one way, shape, or form. But it's being able to take accountability when they're also adults, saying, "Hey, you know what? I tried my best, but maybe I screwed up here, and I'm sorry."
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
scares me so
I know
much.
there's this big trend online of uh, uh, parental alienation, or kids kind of separating themselves from their parents.
Hmm.
And again, the internet is the internet, and social media is social media, but people tend to downplay how much a person has to go through before they separate themselves from their parents.
Yeah,
And
Right.
it really harkens to, well, the parent not really listening to that child
yeah,
on what was going on and taking accountability. Because if you
Mm-hmm.
take
totally.
a look at this game, the child's just going through their own little life, their own little world, not necessarily knowing what's going on outside of that little imagination.
Yeah, especially in the first galaxy here, that's like what we wanted to capture is the child doesn't know, right? And that's the feeling. They get the vibes of the situation, and I think kids are actually really good at picking up on vibes like that. But
Oh, they
they
really
don't,
are.
yeah, they don't know the details, right? And they hold on to that. Like I definitely held on to it as a kid, and then when I got older and was able to reflect on it, it's like, oh yeah, that's what was happening, right? Like in the room, like I didn't get it at the time, but now I do. Yeah.
Are there
So
anything that you want to, like specific emotions or feelings that you want to have the player like evoke in the player, or something that they should explore within themselves while playing the game?
I would love for it to be like ultimately like we even made like even these like journal scenes like skippable, so like you can literally go through the game and have no idea what's going on, and that's totally by design because first and foremost we want players to have fun. Like that's the emotion we want, like with the bullet hells.
Because it is a video game.
Yeah, yeah. But if you do read the journals, I did kind of write them mostly vague, right? I did base them off of like, and I will be talking about like what I based them off today. But like, I do like the interpretations I hear from players, and I want them to walk away like that experience that they have, like, and what they almost project onto it is exactly what I wanted them to write. Like, it's like what I want them to walk away with. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but yeah.
Yeah, because if you're leaving it vague enough, people can kind of project themselves into the story.
Yeah.
And kind of from their own childhood about some of the things they experienced.
For sure, yeah. So, hopefully it's reflective, right? Ultimately, but yeah.
I'm getting smoked.
Pixelated, Joe.
Can you bring up your settings real quick? You might not have aim assist on, and I can help you turn that on real quick.
There's aim assist?
Yeah. I think it's under. Sorry, hit back. Under game, I believe.
No, it's on. I'm just bad.
Oh, it's on.
Yes, Mel, there is aim assist, but as you can tell, it does not help me.
Because you said you played this in EA, right?
Yeah.
Okay, try unchecking it, hitting apply, and then checking it, and then hitting apply. And there, I wonder if your old settings saved or something like that, and it's just like showing it incorrectly. We'll see.
Because if we go back to kind of what we were talking about earlier about the pixel art, one thing I like about the old school like 8-bit, 16-bit pixel art,
yeah,
is the simplicity of it, but how much you can say and show within that simplicity. And
Yeah,
how
I
the
think-
devs needed to be so creative with the limitations of like the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, or Genesis, or any like 8 or 16-bit era game.
Yeah, I think that's why, like, for at least me, creating pixel art is the most fun. Is that like challenge of representation and like how to represent a certain emotion or like whatever with a limited color palette and then like literally limited amount of pixels. It's also a like design choice and a tech debt choice, right? Where like when I'm creating art, it's like Barry's like 24 pixels by 28 or something like that. It's like there's only so many possibilities, right? So like I know that my work is scoped pretty tightly, and I'm not gonna have to be like creating a bunch of large assets that take forever or anything like that. So
I remember reading about like the old pixel art games, or 8-bit, 16-bit, and as much as the console and the cartridge was something that the art was a part of, the display was also factored in within that art style.
Yeah.
Because the old CRTs would render the visuals in a certain way that people use those specific rendering techniques.
Yeah.
That's why like the current like 8-bit or 16-bit games look kind of horrible on a LCD TV or monitor.
It's crazy playing some of my older pixel art games and like ones that I grew up with, and then like you look at it on a modern LCD screen, and like you were saying, it looks
the same.
Yeah, it doesn't. We had the opportunity at this last PAX. We partnered with local like hardware Retro Gaming Store, Cartridge Cave, and they gave us a CRT TV, and that was the first time I got to see RBA played on a CRT TV, and it looked so
cool.
good. It looked so good.
Must have played
Well,
phenomenally.
the text was hard to read.
The text was really, really hard to read. It was a smaller CRT TV, but like the actual art itself was so cool. Yeah.
Like the refresh rates on those are kind of insane when you really think about it compared to like modern monitors.
Yeah. They're like really fast, they're really snappy, and yeah, if they weren't just so big and have so much heat, I think they would be the supreme monitor of today, right?
Oh, I
Which you
remember
like
moving
better,
like the
April?
old school
Okay.
CRT TVs, just like a 27-inch, and you would break your back just moving a 27-inch.
I know.
It was terrible getting it to PAX. We had to have like 2 people carry it.
And that, if you
had
had
its own
money,
wagon.
I knew a kid back home. His parents had quite a bit of money, and they had the old school like big screen CRTs.
Oh yeah,
Takes a small army and a pickup truck to move.
yeah, that's a forklift.
The one that looks like a piece of furniture, that becomes a piece of furniture, and you just put the newer TV on top of it, and it just becomes like an end table. Blaze is saying his favorite thing about the retro style games are the limitations on the music due to the cartridge sizes back then.
We did not limit our composer though.
I don't think the glue gun's gonna be better.
Do it.
I got the Super Soaker
Do
earlier.
it.
I was like, oh, the Super
Oh.
Soaker.
That is
It's just getting all those 90s vibes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I thought the sword gun's very, very good. It's probably even like overpowered for like all the weapons have different classifications, so that has different effects on the game. So like the alien blaster you're using right now is a starter weapon, so that has 2 AUG slots. And then the AUG quality for that is like lower. And then entry weapons increase the number of AUG slots, so it's 3 AUG slots, and that's what a squirt gun's at, is that entry one. But as you get higher, we've got like power, super 1, super 2 weapons.
Mac
you get
10
more
and
AUG
cheese.
slots. Yeah, Mac 10 and cheese is my favorite, or one of my favorites, I should say. And you get more AUG slots, and you get better AUG qualities for your weapons.
So are the levels all like pre-planned, pre-laid out, or do they change within each playthrough?
Yeah, the rooms are all like hand designed. Like this room specifically like has these different items placed and like the windows in the background, and for the most part the spawn points are more or less set. There's some like randomization to it, but the way that they get positioned together and they connect with each other is all randomized.
Yeah, I noticed I didn't get to
Is it,
fight
like,
my boss again.
procedurally generated?
Yeah. Can you say that again? Sorry.
Is it procedurally generated, or
Yeah. So
you can have that infinite game loop?
Yeah. Yeah, we've played around with some of those ideas, and ultimately it's just like, yeah, we could have done it. It's just like we're a small team. It was like too much to try to do all of it at once. But yeah.
Let's go up.
Because it makes it that much more fun, because you're not kind of learning every layout of everything, and you can kind of breeze through the level.
Yeah. And I think
Even if you kind of recognize the rooms, you don't know how they interconnect.
Yeah. I do like the idea of recognizing the rooms though, because then you kind of generally know what's gonna happen. There are some rooms that like I made pretty specific in terms of like visualization, and some of the later levels that exactly what's going to be spawning and coming in. So but a lot of more of these ones are more randomized for sure.
Now, if I die 2 more times, that's when we mute the chats and everything, and you tell me what the God mode, cheat code is.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Like infinite hearts. Won't say a word. Up,
It
down,
looks like
left,
you're
right.
You're healing. You're good. You got. I can't tell exactly how many hearts you have, but what is it?
4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Alright,
Blaze.
the boss.
Blaze, you got this, Joe.
So how do you balance kind of the challenges and also the frustrations that people will eventually have with this type of game? Because it's not an easy game. It looks easy and cutesy, but it is not an easy game.
Yeah, it's really hard. It's we've had players play it that are maybe we'll call them our like twin stick bullet hell veterans, and like during development we'll have a we'll send it out to them, and they'll be like, easy, that was too easy, and then we send the same build to someone else and they were just like, this is impossible, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't know what to do right now.
So it is that fine line between you want it to be accessible for everyone,
yeah,
but you also want it to be challenging.
April's actually been a big part of that too, like trying to figure out like how do we make that sort of accessible for players. And I don't know if you want to talk to any of your insight on this, April, but I can talk about calamities after. Oh my god, he's locking in.
Sure.
I know what to expect now.
It's a full health. Let's go. I am not great at bullet hells or roguelites. So as Chris and Mike were designing this and I was playing it, I think I was
Get away!
probably a loud voice and I get that like people want to be challenged, but we're also I think we were hoping to reach an audience that hasn't been able to access games that are challenging like this, me included. So it was really interesting trying to figure out a balance of what would make this fun for someone who's new.
Of what had happened with Elden Ring. How people were saying, well, Elden Ring's too hard, or even in the games journalism saying, well, there needs to be a journalist mode.
Interesting.
I've thought about that and like ultimately decided against it because I'm like I would like them to just review what they experience and wherever that is, and that's it's hard.
Right. Well, it's like little tweaks that we would make in one aspect, like everything connects. So we were at one point, I think, trying to drop more money so that people could get better weapons faster, but then it got way too easy, the game. And then there was also this idea we had to play with like the gaps between
take it.
like what is it? Oh yes.
Go back and take it.
Joe, you're gonna need that.
You're pressuring him and he just fell into space.
Sorry, go ahead.
He's like, sorry, I was just trying to help him. Oh,
Take it.
yeah. When they give you a gun,
play
Joe,
with the
take
map.
it.
I get attached to mine too, and I mean, early on in development, I think we were able to collect as many weapons as we wanted, and then we realized people weren't really. They were forgetting that they picked up weapons, and then we're like, okay, we'll limit it to 2. So
they'll have like a particular weapon that you when you get it, it's like, oh, this is my baby.
Right. But then also, like, you can have your second slot that you can kind of just switch out when you want to.
Like, do you all have like a particular weapon that you
Ooh,
go on the hunt for, or that you want to get?
Yeah.
Or?
For me, it's the toaster.
Okay.
Like my favorite. Yeah.
Funny. There's a. I keep calling it the laser gun, but I don't think that's what it's actually called.
The railgun.
Yeah, these little and later levels, these little angry pigs are like shooting you with this really futuristic looking gun, and it's got a bit of a delay, but it's really strong. And that one I wait for, and then I feel like I'm solid. If I can just upgrade that one, have a good chance of getting further into the game.
Don't forget to break boxes, Joe.
Trying it out
Okay.
this afternoon. I got I think it was called the assault rifle,
Oh yeah, yeah,
which is just like a
Mhm.
assault shaker.
yeah, yeah.
So where did the inspiration for all of the weapons kind of come from? Because again, there was like that 90s super soaker, which
Yeah.
it brought a joy to my
Oh my God.
aging heart.
What the hell happened to me?
This is from another game. Shout out, a part of you. They've actually been to too many games, but yeah, it's a great sort of puzzle, kind of figuring yourself out sort of game. It's a good one. So you got two outfit rooms in this one, so that's pretty cool. That's a bonus.
Nice.
Yeah, in terms of like gun design, it's kind of come from anywhere. Like I said, it's like some of it is like, again, like literal interpretations of like, I feel like how a kid looks at something, or more imaginative. Yeah, so like if they heard an assault rifle, like what would a kid think that is? And it's like they think it's a short shaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then there's like literal, like, I don't know, you watch, at least in Western media, there's violence and things even kids watch on TV and stuff like that. So they draw inspiration from like actual weapons and things like that. So that's why we kind of have a contrast there. I like that sort of contrast in media. So
I love the kick of this. It's just like, blah, 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 blah. I love the
across the screen.
It's great because it's the inspiration of, Barry. It's toys and things around the house and things when you were a kid that you would, use while, you were playing and stuff, on your own or in your room or whatever. You'd grab the salt shaker and it became, one of the pawns in your game, or you'd use, the sculptures on your parents' like end table or something like that to, all right, now I mean business. All
You
right.
gotta lock in.
yeah,
I do.
Dodge through her attacks when she sends out that like big thing. Dash
Aha!
you won't get hurt.
Oh, well, if we touch on that, what is
Pro
kind of
tip.
the misunderstood mechanic?
Oh,
Help us out here.
And-
I got 2 hours to beat this this boss.
You got it. You got it.
You're getting so close.
Each time you are getting closer, which is kind of cool.
Yes.
I'm gonna go back to it.
dashing
I like
can
the
be a
fast.
little misunderstood. We for a while there, it wasn't like used as much when we were watching playtests. You'll see that like in some of these space dungeon levels, you'll get a room that you just dash across and that's it. That wasn't always there. Again, it's a random chance, but we increased the chance of it happening in the first galaxy because we were kind of like just want to remind the player that dashing exists, and kind of reinforce that
especially-
behavior. Okay.
Don't forget the
Right.
mechanics.
Yeah.
Yes, because the next level you like can't get through without dashing, and it was
Yeah,
really
that's-
jarring in earlier development when we didn't require dashing at all, and then all of a sudden it's all you're doing in the second level. So we were trying to figure out how to kind of scaffold that so that players can figure out how to use it, but and know that it's there, but not have to do that to be able to progress. And then by the time that they do need it to progress, hopefully it's not as like sudden and jarring. And then we've also like made the gaps a little bit shorter, because before it was like you had to calculate it pretty exactly to
Yeah.
get
Like old
Over
school
that.
Mega Man pixel perfect jumping.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
right.
It's not like that anymore. So.
I wanted to run back to the loop back to the weapons inspiration. We also asked our Discord community, just like, what do you guys want?
Yeah.
The toaster one that Chris loves is just straight up. Someone was like, what if you could shoot toast? Like, just bread from a toaster. We're like, okay.
All right.
One of a
That.
child's favorite food.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the Mac
That's
10
a
cheese.
really good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want my
So how much
shotgun
fun
back.
did you
Just
all
saying.
have just of thinking about all of these different mechanics and different weapons for this game?
It was a lot of fun. Just being
Like to
able
be
to
able to
kind
fly
of,
on the wall during like a pitch meeting.
yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, it's really just like a lot of them just start out as jokes, and then like we're just beating a dead horse, like always, not putting down the shovel, sort of thing, and then it's like, all right, we got to put it in the game, and so then that's usually what ends up happening. So
So, Little Red Jam is asking
Yeah.
in the chat,
Yeah.
how do the enemies get spawned in the Bat Boss room? Is it based on time or health of the boss? Some rounds I feel a lot more spawns and some fewer.
yeah, for her, it's based on like your sometimes distance from her too. So and maybe this is something we could even do in a future update and communicate this a little bit better. But if you're further from her, she'll enter the state in which she tries to spawn batteries more. And then if you're close to her, she'll enter the state at which she shoots out those projectiles a little bit more. There's some randomness into that, so it's not always like perfect decision making for her. But if you generally stay farther away from her, she'll spawn more batteries.
I love how the rooms are randomized. Like you're not going through the same, like I've died 3 times and it's different rooms each time. Like there's some of the same, but it feels like a new new board every time.
Yeah. So yeah, here's like one of the jump rooms that we're just like gently reminding the player to be
Hey,
like,
remember you can dash.
yeah, dash. Because like April
Remember the
said,
tutorial?
It was a big thing when players get to the second galaxy. They all of a sudden we were just like introducing them to this force mechanic of like you have to dash to complete these rooms, and we were like had to think of different ways to be able to and like what April said, scaffold it. So once we did that, we saw players because we every con we go to, we just like track like how far players are making it in the game and things like that, and we make a lot of decisions based off of those stats that we collect. Yeah, and like once we did that, we saw players making it further, and it's kind of cool being able to like hypothesize like how you think you're gonna like solve a problem for the player, and then like actually see it kind of manifest in itself in the data that you collect on it. It's like really cool.
Hey, Becca.
So you were saying that you had some people play tests that were like super good. What were some of
Yeah.
the things that kind of surprised you, kind of handing the controls to people that are like bullet hell experts and how they were using the mechanics and going through the game?
Yeah, just like how quickly they can pick up on.
Oh no, I don't have the health for this.
You can do it. I believe in you.
yeah, sure.
Like how much like previous games can kind of inform them on how to make decisions. It's like really cool, like being able to see certain people like min-max different builds and stuff like that without any sort of introduction to like anything, especially with like early playtests when you don't quite have things tutorialized and stuff like that. Playing with different more like the veterans, just like how quickly they can pick up on it. It's like really cool to witness that.
There's gonna be a fast match right here. I got 1 hit.
I believe.
Let's go.
And there it is. I used my dash. Just so you know, I'm not an expert. But if I had my shotgun still, I would have done better. Just saying.
Exactly.
I think you got some inspiration, right? So try that. Yeah, try the handgun.
Yeah.
I got one.
I can't see how much
So-
inspiration you have, but
Being
Uh,
a small studio, what does like a dev day look like for all of you? Because
yeah,
we
for
hear
me,
about these bigger studios. What
Mhm.
about what happens on a smaller side?
yeah, so we all have our own full-time jobs beyond this. So usually it's doing that. I'm a software engineer by day. And then, whether it's during lunch or after work, I'm usually trying to like figure out like when to make code changes, updates, do art, things like that.
So it's very
Um,
passion driven.
Yeah. So we're not quite there yet to be able to jump into it full time, but we're making strides to get there. And
And
yeah,
how are you finding this balance? Because you have to balance work and life and other work.
it's hard. It's yeah. What
Yeah,
do
that
you- what are your
work-life
thoughts, Nicole?
balance.
Yeah, it's definitely you have to be pretty. I don't want to say disciplined with our time, because sometimes it feels like we're not. I do think there's a we had to kind of acknowledge what our limitations were as a smaller team, with other work that we're doing, to sustain ourselves, and knowing it'd be great if we could have these aspects of the game, but like we really need to prioritize these things and put aside this other stuff and just know that that's what we're kind of sacrificing. I think really also too we all have very different strengths, I think, on our team. Like somehow we're able to fill in gaps somewhere. So I think that helps quite a bit. And it's also just been a really fun process. I think it helps that we've made a lot of other dev friends that we can chat with about everything. Players that we've met in the community who are like really willing to help out. It makes it feel less lonely, and like it is hard work, but it's different than our other work, if that makes sense. So it doesn't feel like such a grind all the time.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
What is Meow bringing up? I'm like, what kind of sex appeal do you want from a teddy bear? I'm just kind of curious.
We for a while we had a for one of the entry level stats. So actually it was like way back in early access we introduced a random sort of stat mechanic for guns, and it was just called sex appeal. And so the idea again is like a kid you hear this stuff as kids like all the time. You hear grown-ups talking, and like what does that mean to them? It's like they have no idea. So it's like a stat on a gun, and it literally does nothing. It doesn't have any sort
Just
of
sex
effect on the game.
appeal.
Yeah.
I look
People
cool with
magazine at
this.
the grocery store.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like kind of like a fourth wall that we joke that a lot of people just kind of like laugh at. And yeah, it's probably it's being transitioned out because like that meant the last menu that needs to be updated is the entry level weapon or your starter weapon screen. It doesn't quite match the other stat weapon menus, so that was like planned for like April said. It's like we needed to like prioritize certain things for release, and that one just got deprioritized. We're like, we could just do a post-launch update for that, and people get it. So
Again, well, you were kind of focusing on when the game was going to be released and everything that would need to be done, and you had to prioritize things.
yeah,
How are you all handling that? Because I know
Yeah.
concession needs to be made.
yeah, panicking mostly. We joke that April's like our kind of like frontal lobe executive functioning, so she helps with a lot of the project management. I don't know if you want to like talk about your producing role on this.
I love spreadsheets, and you all, I think, so I'm a school psychologist by training, and I still do some of that work along with this. But I feel like a lot of my work, I'm just making spreadsheets to keep myself afloat all the time. So I'm used to that. Where I think you all use like engineers I notice use like Trello or some other, what do you call that? Scrum or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It basically to me was looking like a bunch of post-its being like dragged across, and I'd scroll through and be like, this is everything we're working on, and like I don't know how you guys are remembering what needs to get done and like what the due dates are and whatever. And I understand though a lot of that software has those you can do that and organize yourself. But yeah, I think it's important as a team for us to have a system that makes sense for all of us, so we can all kind of hold each other accountable. So I ended up making a spreadsheet, but like organized kind of like their Trello board, and we meet like every week and check on the status of everything. Really just trying to figure out like, again, I think we'd have like a priority list of like, we need to get these things done by this date, and this other stuff can maybe wait, or like someone brought up this bug, like let's try to fix that right away. So yeah, a lot of, I think, planning. Oh yeah, I think the executive functioning thing's probably pretty accurate. It takes a lot more of that than I think I expected, but I think that's also because I just didn't know much about game development before this. I played lots
there's
of
so
games,
many
but
layers.
yeah.
Because it's one thing to play a game, it's another thing to make a game.
Yeah.
Right. And there's so many aspects to that in itself. Like we were realizing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, even, we're going to conventions. We're able to interface with the players, so we're over their shoulder explaining things if it's not making sense. And then we started having this conversation of, like, well, we're not physically there to explain something to every single player that we want to play this game. So how do we communicate what we want? And it kind of turned into like, oh, well, if we just like write it out. And then it was like, oh, but everyone's just kind of clicking through these blocks of text, which like totally makes sense. I do that. And then I'm like, I don't know what's happening. So then like, how do we make sure that everyone knows how to play the game so that they can have fun and make some progress without overloading them with information? And like being really mindful of when we're presenting that information and how. And that was like a whole nother aspect that I think just like, it seems pretty easy when I think I'm playing a game and I'm like, well, yeah, of course they're doing that. But once we were actually making our own game, it was like, oh, we have to be really intentional about how information's being conveyed.
Because so many people play games and when they're younger say, well, this is what I want to do. And not necessarily understanding what is involved in making a game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think,
but also, even with the hard work, what is the most rewarding part of making your own game?
I think like for me at least, it's connecting with certain players or individuals that I never would have had the opportunity to connect with at a sometimes very personal level. Like I've never met someone before, but they'll come up to me at a con and just all of a sudden just like info dump to me about something about RBA, and it's like really, really touching in a weird way of like I never expected that part of it, I guess. That's why I call it weird. It's just I just never expected it. And like I was not that long ago I still am in that person's shoes. Nice. P82 is such a good web. Where like, I play games and I connect with certain media personally, and like if I got to meet the creator, like I'd be doing the same thing. And but I remember when I was younger doing the same, like just like obsessing about like media like this. And it's touching being on the other side of that, like being able to connect to someone through something that you made. What about you, April?
Yeah, I mean, I often think of when we would attend PAX and it's like, oh, there's just one person at this booth by themselves, and sometimes I think about some games where, like, I think a couple booths, they just like had their own laptop, but it was very evident they like put like all that they could into this, and it might not be like the fanciest looking booth, but it's like a work of love, and then you play it and it's very evident that it's something that they really love, and it makes like that experience more enjoyable. And I
absolutely.
think, yeah, now being on the other side of that, it's like, oh, here's a little piece of us that we wanted to share with you, and it's very personal. And I mean, it's a little bit vulnerable, but like ultimately worth it, I think, because we're sharing something that we'd enjoy and hope other people can too.
I'm not saying, developers at, big AAA studios, don't have, passion for the, the games they're developing or the, the parts that they're working on. Everybody's puts a lot of, their hearts and everything into everything. But I love at conventions like PAX and stuff, going to the indie developer booths, and you, just like you said, you can see the excitement and how much, joy this project that they made, you could hear the excitement in their voice when they talk about the game. And when you try and play it, they love seeing people test it and get people's feedback and just sharing the moments and giving you tips while you're on the floor. And it's just a lot of fun, and it's a very unique opportunity to connect with people. And I love seeing the creativity people use while making indie games. I mean, it does take its passion projects, all of them. Like,
Well, like you were
this
saying,
is going to
Joe,
be
yeah,
my best chance of beating this bat. I'm just saying right now.
You're doing it.
And you
This
got a
isn't your
health
best
pack.
chance.
Let's go.
You're guaranteed because it's happening. You're doing
because
it.
you think about it. Yeah, these AAA studios, they come out with these beautiful games, but it's the indie devs that really put in all of this like
I
hard
can't remember.
work. And like I said, you're doing this as like a side job because you just love games.
Yeah. It's
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, like when you're on a really small project like this, a small team, it's like April said, we all have our strengths and we all kind of fill it in somehow, but we all chip in some way, and we're all doing every aspect of the project. So when it's like media or art that you are creating almost every aspect of it, it's passion, it's part of you going out there, a big part of you going out there and being consumed by other individuals. So
And there's this big like resurgence in these last couple years on like indie games.
yeah,
I think there's been like a AAA fatigue
I think so.
where
Yeah.
a lot of the bigger studios just kind of crank out the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
But
think-
then you have like these studios like Team Cherry or Sandfall Interactive that
Yeah.
bring out these passion games that
Yeah.
people really enjoy.
I think it comes down to it's just like a lot of, and I think it's like similar to probably any sort of other big media, but I think these bigger teams, bigger studios, they want to take less risk, or if the team doesn't want us to take more risks, there's someone usually with some financial holding that they want they want the most return, and want to be able to take the least amount of risk with the title, so they end up creating content that is a little bit more geared for everyone, and that's like totally fine, and the edges come off.
Those
and-
games have a place.
yeah, but yeah, it's indie devs that take the leap and maybe target certain demographics and/or try new things out. So,
I love the nostalgia behind, the Pixel games, because growing up, I grew up in the late 80s, 90s. Doom and everything was pixel. Like this was, Super Mario, everything. So it's like a callback to my youth, like Cheese Whiz and pretzels.
Those 8-bit
like
and 16-bit graphics are
yeah,
I
There
loved
were
them.
some of the most fun games.
Yeah. We thought 32 bits was like the cat's meow. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't get any better than this.
Because
You
then
know.
you look at the 64 and those graphics didn't
Alright,
age
that-
very well.
No.
I'll take a 16-bit game and they
Yeah.
still look phenomenal
Especially,
over
like you said,
a 64-bit
CR
game.
on a CRT TV.
Oh, absolutely.
If I beat this bat, we're gonna do a giveaway for a code.
Okay.
Just
Which
saying.
means
We
we're
have
doing a
faith in you,
giveaway.
Joe.
Yeah, stay a little closer. Try staying a little closer. Yeah.
See, Chris says that, and I feel like I want a long-range
distance.
weapon, and I'm going in my
Right?
corner, and I'm just aiming in that direction.
Oh no, no!
I am not much of a risk taker. I just,
You're almost there, Joe.
Oh, I'm so
oh my
close.
gosh.
These batteries,
Come on,
man.
Kill the.
I
the
know.
mobs. Kill the mobs.
Speaking of prioritizing, I don't know.
We're all
she's in her-
invested, Joe.
She's in her final phase.
I know.
It's hard.
I have a thought, and I'm like waiting. Oh my god.
No!
So
I-
close.
All right. Thank you for putting the pity mods on for me, but I still couldn't prevail. But I think I did kill her. It's just I died at the same time. I was really close on that one. That gun. That's it right there.
You have the gun.
Mhm.
No, I don't. I
Mhm.
lose it every time. You have to refind it. You have to find it over.
So
It's
going back
RNG.
to how many inspiration points do you have?
2.
Oh, you only have 2. Okay.
Yeah.
This had me thinking,
You think at this point I'd be all jacked out like, man, he's giving it his all. He's been playing this first boss forever. It's okay.
Because you can't really grind too much in this, can you?
Yeah.
there is I feel like a threshold that somehow gets crossed where everything's aligned well, your proof tree looks great,
Oh
you have
yeah.
the weapon you want, and all of a sudden it's just like, we're cooking. But
Everything just
Getting there.
lines up.
yeah, right. And then the moment you die, that's all gone. But
Yep.
The early game and when I say early game, I mean from the proof tree is a little bit more of a tough moment for players on collecting inspiration and kind of building out their proof tree and figuring out how to get through stuff. But once you beat Battery, you get more inspiration points. And generally what we see is once you beat Battery, you beat her again, and then you beat her again, and you beat her again. So it's knowing that in mind, it's getting through the kind of the first inertia of RBA. Yeah, it's pretty pivotal, and it's kind of cool to see that once it starts happening. So.
I'm going to be downloading this on my daughter's Switch for road trips and
yeah.
everything because this is such a fun game to play. I think it would be a blast, and while you're on, whenever we're on travel, we bring a Switch with us. We're always
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
that way there's something
the
to do.
Switch is such a great console for that.
It is.
Yeah, Switch was our #1 requested platform, and when we got accepted to the Switch, we couldn't tell anyone because we were trying to line that with an announcement date, and then it turned out to be the announcement date turned out to be the release date. So it was
Oh,
we had fans that were really, really dying for a Switch port and asking us all the time, and we just had to be I don't know, we're still looking into it.
yeah, well, especially I noticed it was more
Guilty.
kids at
Yeah.
conventions where there are a couple in my mind right now that I think the last 3 years of conventions we've gone to, we've had some repeat players come back, and there were some kids specifically that were do you know if it's coming out on the Switch yet? And I'm like, right then I want to be like, yes, but yeah, until our release date, hadn't announced it yet. So I'm really
That's a
excited
huge
for
accomplishment.
that to be available.
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
Nintendo
I'm
really
excited about
a specific demographic with the Switch.
Yeah.
Because again, you can play it on docked mode, you can play it in handheld mode, and everyone's kind of following suit. You can see like Xbox came out with their handheld, PlayStation has the PlayStation Portal, and it's the ease of access to play the game.
Yeah.
I got a Portal this summer. I bought one of someone on Marketplace, and it was like pretty cheap. So I'll pick it up. And I've played more games since I've gotten my Portal than I had like all year.
Well, it's accessibility, you know. You can bring wherever.
It's like, oh, we have a couple minutes here or there. I'll just grab the Portal that's on like the armrest of the couch and play for a little bit.
It's crazy how that can just change everything, right? Just the
Mhm.
a different mode, different median of consumption, and suddenly, yeah, it's so much more popular and easier. So cool.
Yeah, because there was a time, well, you had your handheld games that you would play on like your Game Boy or Game Gear or DS, and then you had like your full console or PC games.
Yeah.
But now that line's kind of blurred. Right now I'm playing through Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I think I'm like 200 hours played on a Portal.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yes.
Just so you know, he like plays Final Fantasy VII every year.
It's
He revisits it
I love
every year.
a serious
It
obligation.
is such a good game, and I'm aiming for my platinum on Rebirth. I have
Okay.
2 virtual challenges to do, just 2, and then I get my platinum.
He was so excited when the remaster came out a couple years ago, and I was like, you know, it's the same game. Like, he was like,
And it's
they
all
added
pretty.
some, Joe, and you don't understand. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna do increased
I
damage.
feel like handhelds are coming back. Like,
Oh yeah,
Even like retro ones too, right? Like Game
Oh
Boy.
yeah,
Right.
there's so
Yeah.
many companies that are coming out with these like
I love Atari's handheld.
yeah, they're coming out with these like handhelds. Yeah, they're running ROMs and emulations. Like, hey, get this, and there's like 10,000 games,
mm-hmm.
or even controllers that you can plug into your phone and use your
I've
phone
seen
as
that.
an emulator. I have a
Yeah.
Backbone for my iPhone, and it works
we just got those.
surprisingly well.
Wild. I think our one or two of our nephews might be watching, and I owe them a hello to Odin and Star. But I bring that up because they didn't really, especially our younger nephew, didn't really know about. I mean, he knew about handheld games, but I realized he'd never played one before, and they're both big gamers. And what did I bring? Tetris. It was Tetris, and like
Well, you
it's
got
not a Game Boy Color,
Yeah.
right? But it was basically a Game Boy Color, and I'm like, have you ever played Tetris? He's like, no. I'm like, what? So, yeah, once I showed him how to play, it was like he just sat on the couch, and I don't even know how many hours he played, but it was a
Well,
lot.
Tetris was a worldwide phenomenon because it was bundled in with the Game Boy.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like, you gotta experience this. This is like a classic thing to be.
And no
Right.
one knew like the difficulty of playing like 90s handhelds. We were having a conversation not too long ago of, well, if you're playing like the original Game Boy in like your parents' car in the back seat at night, you would wait for every like street light. So you're playing Mario, and
Yeah,
oh, there's a
I
street light.
remember
I can jump over this one block, and then you wait.
Yeah.
So oh, there's no.
For me, it was Pokemon, and it was like making sure I was selecting the correct abilities to play. Wait for
Yes.
the light to come by. Yeah.
Or then you would get like the light attachment.
Yeah.
It was just thinking that little
crazy.
book light. Yeah.
It's crazy. Man.
But
Speaking
I
of
think with
tech-
modern tech now, like these like bullet hells, roguelike games are perfect for handhelds.
It's so much fun to be able to pick
Oh
up
my
and
god!
play
Oh my
and-
god!
And yeah, just continue on from your run. Oh my no. You
Oh,
were so close.
I got
again.
overrun. I was overrun.
how close.
So
Close
speaking
enough.
of Tetris, and Garrett, our composer, who was supposed to be here tonight, but yeah, there is a Tetris call out in the soundtrack
Really?
for the Space Galaxy. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
it is cool that some people hear it. They're like, wait, Tetris?
So good with like
The
themes.
sound of Tetris is so iconic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It shows up. It shows up.
So we're not gonna lie, we're all big gamers here. So for all of
What
you,
gave you that idea?
what role does
What's a video game?
play or games play for your own mental health?
It's pretty big for me. Yeah. Do you want to go first? You go first, April.
Well, I feel like there was a time in graduate school where that was like what
Oh,
I would
great,
like.
great.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, class is done, practicum, internship's done, and I have work to do, but I'm gonna play this like 6 hours of this game because I need to take care of myself, and somehow I feel like this is how it's gonna happen. And I look back at it. I mean, I ended up doing like we had to do some sort of portfolio. It was a lot of like reflecting and whatever at the end, and I think I chose to like reflect on my year or my work through video games that I had played, and there were definitely themes of like you could tell how I was probably feeling at that time in the year because of what game I was playing. Like I think we played a bunch of Diablo 3. Is that what it was? Diablo 3, and then what else did I play?
Grizz.
Zelda, Gris, Night in the Woods, but I got excited because Gris, I like anytime I can talk to someone about Gris. I don't know if any of you have played it, but like there's no dialogue, no talking. It's a pretty short playthrough. It's pretty straightforward. It's not like super challenging. They don't really allow you to die in the game. But it's still really enjoyable. Like it's a platformer, but it's beautiful and the music's amazing. And I think they did a good job about being vague enough that the player, I felt it was pretty easy to kind of project onto the game because the character you're playing doesn't have color. Like her dress is without color, her hair is colorless. I think the world is black and white too, and every like level you beat, some color is added. And I just feel like it explored grief and sadness, just like so many feelings in one. And I think that was like, you know, I think if you need a good cry or just, you know, need some good self-care, it's like you can't lose it. You can't feel really crappy about yourself. It's like the music is so relaxing. The aesthetic is so nice. Like that was a nice mental health care game for myself.
And what you were saying, it kind of harkens to like the current trend of like your year in review that pretty much every service is providing you. Is like, here's your past year, and here are the things that you played.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the data we collected on you.
Yes. Oh, this is my time. This is my moment.
You got it, Joe. You got it.
I got it.
After me in grad school, it was a lot of Assassin's Creed during like the winter holiday, the winter break. I would just get engrossed in like that year's is Assassin's Creed. Because
Oh my God.
you would literally get taken to another world.
Yeah. Nice little escape.
feel like
Nothing beats Assassin's Creed 2. Just best in the series.
My relationship with games has changed so much from growing up, and more recently the shift when I started working on RBA more seriously. Like then it was like looking at gaming as more of like from a design perspective and appreciating like what goes into games and There was a moment where I was like maybe a little bit sick of games, I guess. I don't know how like maybe that's not quite the right wording, but like just I had
A little
to
burnt
develop,
out.
a little burnt out. I needed to like develop a new perspective on it, and I think that was just like part of my own growth. And I'm in my single player era right now, I like to joke, because for a really long time I was like doing like competitive online multiplayer games.
Yes.
And
You got it, Joe.
I did not want to
2
bring up
hours
all the
later. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. It was a
No,
very
you're
exciting moment for me.
Awesome.
Ugh.
But yeah, I kind of had to like reestablish how I looked at video games and like what it meant to me. And
goodness.
I'm in my single player era now, and that's what I've been really enjoying. Is just kind of like just
And that's the thing
not
with
being in
single player
lobbies.
games.
Yeah.
They have so many good stories now.
Yeah. Being
Yes.
able to.
I'm wearing the bat jammies. Okay.
Yeah.
I love it.
So now you have the setup to the boss where you read the journal, and you're kind of like set. This tone is set between like this parent trying to kind of like protect this kid from something, and this is kind of like our resolution is like after every boss there's some sort of resolution, and so this is our take
I
on
love it.
And, yeah.
Yo, my cat's freaking out right now.
I want to be on camera too.
Yeah, it's Tilly.
I think it's funny.
The dog's fine. He's been sleeping.
We replaced the batteries. You can play with your toys tomorrow. Off to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the Midwesterners out there that say batteries, batteries. So yeah, this is Calamities. So this is like where we give agency to the player on how the game gets more difficult, and that's also part of like you brought up earlier, like how to balance it for difficulty for different levels of players, and this was one way. Is you get to kind of choose where things get more difficult.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
It's like
and,
choosing 50% more spawns, and it's like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, and
Is
like
it-
some of these aren't necessarily always bad. They can kind of like you can kind of get runtimes. There's you've been getting kind of like upgrades that you only get during your run. We call those runtimes. Oh, here's one. And sometimes they benefit you can benefit a little bit more from a runtime based on a calamity that you select.
I love it.
I see someone in the chat, single player era. Do you have a current favorite that you're into? Playing, what am I playing a lot of lately? I've been playing a lot of Hearts of Iron, actually.
Is that a shrimp with a
Not
Glock
necessarily.
9?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Not a bee?
that's
Yeah, that's
B. A B. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I don't think we have shrimp. Right? We should.
Oh, I fell in the water.
Yeah, so this is the first time we sort of introduce, or at least in a dangerous way, we introduce like being able to fall. At this point in time, or before this point in time, you can fall into like the hole in the floor in the space. But there isn't like any bullets coming at you or enemies or anything like that. So this is the first time that the player's introduced with this like falling mechanic that you also have to dodge bullets at the same time. So yeah.
And I have to say, I was one of the biggest complainers about how this level was designed initially, because I think it definitely trended more towards the more experienced, like bullet hell, just really good dexterity gamers, which is not how I would describe myself. And it used to be tiny platforms with like big gaps of water. And like I think, there's that perspective, but then once we see other, that's like the beauty of conventions is there's so many different players that come by, and they'll say what games they like to play, and you can definitely tell when they're more experienced in that genre. And
Oh
and
yeah.
there's newer players who really want to like the game, and they're having difficulty, and it's just like, okay, we got to figure out like.
Well, it's a great opportunity
more
to get that like
balance,
in-person feedback and everything for development. I mean,
Yeah.
that's huge
Mhm.
opportunity right there.
Another single player game I played through recently is Amnesia: The Bunker. A really, really fun game. I think it's a little bit of a thriller, a little bit of horror, though.
You're Squidward.
Nice.
What's the other one you were playing where you're like running a royal family or something? I don't know. It seemed really involved.
I don't know. I know. Anything else that happened to it?
I think there is a multiplayer mode, but you were mostly playing the single player. I don't think Crusaders was in the name. Maybe it was.
For me, next on my
you-
list is finally playing Clair Obscure.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
I picked it up in the winter sale. I haven't touched it yet though. But yeah.
Yeah, one of my friends played it, and he says he's kind of one of his all-time favorite games now. It's like, it's very high praise.
That is, yeah. I've heard great things from that.
Oh yeah.
We're talking Assassin's Creed, some old Ubisoft crew that broke off and made their own.
actually?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't it?
crew from
It was a
Ubisoft.
developer that was just bored, and he started developing his own game,
Yeah.
and he
Yeah,
ended up getting
Ubisoft
the
France.
composer from SoundCloud,
Oh,
which
wow.
is
Yeah.
it was pretty.
Cool.
It was interesting to hear kind of like the development behind it. It was like, well, that is really, really neat. They did amazing things. I have not played that yet.
It's on my list. It's going to be next on my list if I can just get this platinum on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
I know one of our
almost there.
ambassadors really wants to see if we can print something from RBA, and
Yeah, I gotta.
and then I can paint.
Yeah.
You know, also I can print one and then paint it on stream as well too. I think it would be super cute and cool to do that.
Yeah, Mike,
let's
the
see.
other dev, he 3D prints so much. I can ask if he's tried to do anything like that. Another recent game I played through is Pentiment. It's really, really good. It's from Obsidian. I think around the time they got acquired by Microsoft Xbox, and they like really quickly put out this like 2D narrative kind of medieval game where you have to ultimately solve like a murder mystery, but it takes a really interesting take on like how history is written and sometimes rewritten, and like who in power does that. And I think like as I was playing it, I was like, a video game is like a perfect way to storytell how history gets written and conveyed. And yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, well, the interactive medium of games
Yeah.
is so powerful compared to just like watching a show or seeing a documentary. 'Cause
Yeah.
you get to play it. And again, I know it's like fictionalized history,
Yeah.
but I learned so much about history by like Assassin's Creed games. Yeah, they
Yeah.
changed it for the story,
Mm-hmm.
They can
but
get
there's a
you
lot of
interested, right?
historical accuracy in it there as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing what like the art of agency can do and like what you can do with that. It's really cool.
Or the
I have to think
stories
of,
that you
like-
can tell
Yeah.
within games.
Yeah.
Look at this. You
That's
see,
one
you
thing
beat
that's always-
Bantry, and now you're on Yellow Jacket already.
You know what
Let's
you know what
go.
it was? Switching from controller to mouse and keyboard on PC.
Oh, okay.
That was
You
for the
locked
win.
in, is that what- Okay.
And I am not
So
a
you're
mouse
saying
and keyboard player,
controller or
but
mouse
this
and
was
keyboard
easier.
is better, Joe.
Mouse and keyboard, and I'm not a mouse and keyboard player. I'm a controller player.
Uh-huh.
But for some,
Yeah.
I'm able to control it a lot better on this.
Okay.
But on the Switch, I have no doubt it would be obviously
Yeah.
the controller because, ooh,
Have
way
you
you
seen
held
any
me in
difference
this
in like
place.
the different
What if the world
ports in
feels
terms
cold
of
or wrong?
how the game handles and
You're
controls?
here to make me strong.
Not
'Cause
really.
there's
Not.
so many more variables within PC gaming of
Yeah.
different setups and how people, what controllers they
It's
have.
arranged by the door. Safety of this harbor owes tribute to her. Interesting.
Yeah.
I should read
So now
bedtime
you're-
stories.
Yeah, you're doing great. You got your NPR voice.
The Yellow Jacket.
It's a yellow
This
jacket.
is. Oh my God!
literally.
What is it shooting? Oh my God! They're tornadoes. Okay. Okay.
This
You
is
probably
my favorite
dash
boss
forward.
fight. Yeah.
Come here.
Oh my god.
So what was the difference in terms of like controls on PC versus like on Switch or even PC with different setups?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's not too bad. It's not too different, I should say. But there are different features we can access within like things in the Switch, like the HD rumble, and if we decide to try it, we can, potentially aim on screen with the sensor. So yeah, we'll explore that and see how that goes. I forget what we haven't done it yet, but like I forget what PlayStation, some of the special features PlayStation has.
Those are the haptic triggers
Yeah.
or force feedback triggers.
Yeah, and then I think even like the touch input, I forget what it's called, the touch input, like sort of
The
like,
touchpad?
yeah, the touchpad. So, yeah, so we'll see what we can play with that and what we can do.
So,
The
curiosity.
The DualSense controller is really good in terms of those force features.
Yeah, such a good feeling controller.
Oh, it's so good.
Hey, Moondust.
That's
So
why I like the
curiosity,
Portal so much.
Are there any mechanics that did not survive the early stages of development that you might have had
Yeah.
initially that didn't work out?
One that I'm sad about that like.
Oh, I heard
ultimately,
April
yeah.
sigh.
Well, more of like a because definitely things.
Oh, I know
yeah.
what he's going to talk about.
Oh really? Okay. We used to have this like in between levels. So as of right now, you end a dungeon, you get basically 3 choices for the next dungeon's rewards. It's like one can be a shop, that's a random aspect of it, but then the rest of them are like either you can get a weapon at your next dungeon, a guaranteed inspiration point, and that's kind of like where we have the agency for the player to kind of figure out their builds and meta builds and stuff like that. And so I really like that idea of having that play, like the player being able to like kind of strategize and think ahead. So not just the original twin stick sort of feel where it's just about skill, it's also a little bit about strategy. So we had this like nav map, so you would leave and you wouldn't get that simple 3 choice. You would get like a whole web of nodes, and you could see things like the potential rewards for each node, and then I think like we also had like enemy difficulty and like all this other information that you could potentially just like plan your entire route on, and it was just like way too overwhelming for the player. And we absolutely could like have reworked it in a way that I think like the team is totally smart enough and capable enough to like figure out how to communicate that sort of stuff to the player. But RBA was our first big title, and like we had so much that we already were dealing with that we didn't expect. in terms of like, yeah, like there's so much aspects of designing a game, like the marketing and the business side of it, that like we decided to just kind of like cut that mechanic out and that system out and make it a little bit simpler and straightforward. And right around the time we cut it, Hades dropped, and Hades essentially is this screen. Like they do essentially the same thing, except for it's like usually 2 to 3 doors, right, where you can just choose what your reward is in the next room. And so it really helps when a big game like that kind of establishes like a certain mechanic or idea, because then players are automatically like know how it works, and that's kind of cool. So you don't have to like do too much describing for it. Yeah, April, you want to also add to it at all, because you were
Well, I remember
it.
there was in that navigation screen, I think you all had, I forgot what you called it, but it was basically like gasoline. So there were so many things to keep track of that
Oh yeah.
I think it would have been a much bigger, the scope I think would have expanded significantly if we like had kept that in and then tried to make it
Yeah.
like the gameplay feel better and that menu to look better. But a big part of that, which I think confused some players, was like, I want to go to this spot but I can't, and it's like, oh, it takes this much whatever. I forgot what we call it. Yeah, radar jam. And they're like, what's radar jam? And it's like, again, one of those things where it's like, oh, how do we explain this if we're not right next to you? Because when we're right next to you, we can talk through it and figure it out. But it seems that, yeah, we have to reconfigure this because there's a lot of components here that,
Yeah.
cool ideas, but like probably not within the scope of, like, we didn't want to overscope, I suppose.
Yeah.
Which I guess kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier of like really managing, like project managing and knowing what to keep and what to let go. It's like that was one of those things where it was like, man, we put so much work into this, but it's just probably for the best to, you know,
Yeah,
put it
cut
to
it.
sleep.
Yeah.
Tuck it in. Good night.
Bye.
Well, you could always come back to it later, you know?
Yeah. I think-
Right? Or like maybe that could show in another game just in a different way.
Right.
Or like,
Like it might,
Right.
just because it didn't work initially doesn't mean that in the future, like, hey, remember that idea we had that would really work here? And like, oh, there it is.
mm-hmm.
Yes.
So much of game design I'm learning about that it's just like, yeah, this could be this idea could be the perfect solution, or it could be like what we need to do, but like, yeah, balancing that with like our time and resources is, it's like, let's maybe shoot for something that's like a little bit more the ideal solution instead of like perfect. And yeah, and I mean, we've learned so much that I feel like if we were to re-attack that problem, like we would probably get it right. So like, yeah, for the next project, we'd probably be way better at it. But yeah. How are you enjoying the crop duster?
I am. I am. I love it. I almost want a poster of just like, or like a dev like blueprint or like cell of just all the weapons and everything to just hang on my wall, because I think they're just so cool. The crop
We have a
duster.
friend that made like years of weapons and RBA, and he had like a whole graph and
That's cool.
You did a
And
tier list, right?
diagram. Yeah, I think so.
I need.
I remember the game, by the way, Chris. It was Crusader Kings that you were playing a lot of.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
But
need
yeah, essentially
hearts.
Also, Hearts of Iron. Same devs.
Oh no! Are you kidding? Oh, I'm at the boss with one heart. If I just sit here for
We got
20
this.
minutes, will I get all my hearts?
No.
All right, if it was worth a shot. And the crop duster makes a very entertaining noise. I don't know whose sense of humor was behind it. But
Yeah, I did all the sound effects in the game, so yeah, that's me.
props, kudos. Oh, I gotta fight the bat again. All
One
right,
heart and a
crop dust.
dream.
Yep, one heart and a dream.
You guys
Look
can hear
at
my
you.
dog. He's having a good time.
You got this.
No, don't spawn right now. Oh, it spawned right behind me. Not cool. Well, we got 9 minutes left. I want to be very mindful of everybody's time and everything. But
Sure.
this has been a lot of fun. Unfortunately,
It has.
Jean, you will have to have you back on and just have Jean-Luc play through the whole thing.
Sure, yeah.
Is there any sounds from the game that use something unique to create it?
Yeah, the finger gun those are my snaps.
Oh, really?
Right there. Yeah, and then the there's a chance to roll it in the docks, but when you get to the arcade, the third galaxy,
Mhm.
you'll roll it a lot more frequently. There's like a foam gun, like a Nerf ball gun, and the popping sound is me and my just making sounds with my mouth. So
That is funny. I love that. So what's next for Rightfully Barry Arms?
yeah, we're gonna be just kind of doing some small hot fixes here or there, kind of maybe rounding out some edges after this release that we just had in January. And then 2026, at some point in 2026, we'll release on Switch and PlayStation 5. We'll probably pair that with like a content update, and you'll get some new weapons and maybe enemies and things like that. Yeah, anything else? April, what can you think? Did I miss anything?
Yeah. I think we're hoping to really polish off like some of the things that we've gotten a couple bug reports, so
Yeah.
that's like really important for us to make sure that everything's still smooth. And we'll be working with you all on like adding a little thing in the
Yes.
bedroom.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
wanna...
I'm actually super
Yeah.
excited for that. Yeah.
We
We'll
are
tease
too.
it
Yeah.
right now, but yeah.
Yeah, we're really excited to work with you all because again, this is such a fun game.
Yeah. I think it. Yeah. I think one, it fits. Like, I think it's a good place to put this little idea that we have in the game, and then two, it's also just really important to talk about and to have awareness on. So that's something that means a lot to April and I and the team. So we appreciate the work you guys do in this, and everyone, all the ambassadors on here, and everyone else that also contributes. Like, thank you guys so much, because it is really important to sort of destigmatize this and help each other out. Like, oh my God, it's just us out here. So help each other out and treat yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You know, and using mediums like playing video games is
Yeah.
a great tool that in the past carried such a stigma on it and still does today with some
Yeah.
people, but they're missing the side of gaming that you can utilize it in such positive ways and for your
Yeah.
well-being and socialization. And I know there was a game that came out that literally brought me into the social space where I was so used to just playing games by myself or like playing Halo
Yeah.
2 PvP with, no proximity, just not talking to anybody, just playing, and then getting into games where you're meeting the community, you're playing with people, you're setting up nights and schedules and keeping up. And I mean, it's such a unique medium and tool. It needs to be shared, in those positive ways. And if we can help with that, we're 100% down all the time. And our ambassadors are all amazing as well too, and create such safe, inclusive spaces, and watching them interact with everybody and make everybody feel so welcomed in the community.
Yeah.
It's so heartwarming. And so proud of everybody and so proud of the hard work that you could tell how much passion and everything you put into the game. I'm terrible at games, so I probably should have let Jean-Luc play.
I'm terrible too, man.
But you know what? It doesn't change how entertaining it is, how much fun it is, and I just love everything about it. So yeah, I can't thank you enough. And just to give a shout out and everything, I don't have Twitch pulled up, but I want to put a link to your guys' website and the Steam and everything for if anybody watching would like to check out more, but also pick up the game. Please do so. We will be actually, Chris and April provided us with some keys for giveaways for our March for Good charity campaign that we're going to be doing here at the beginning of March to raise awareness for mental health in the space, but also for raising donations and support for our mental health kit program. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to be giving away keys during that as well. Thank you, Pudding, very much. I'm trying to get to the stream manager because I can't get over to this window right now. But
I was like, you're busy. I'll just type it in.
Oh, I appreciate you.
Are you stuck in you can alt tab at RBA maybe?
Oh,
that's what. Yeah.
Oh, there it is. And look at that nice blue screen. I should put a picture of Jean-Luc on the back in a Batman costume.
Yeah,
I have already worn the Batman costume for Halloween.
I know. What were you for Halloween this year?
This year was Obi-Wan.
Yeah, they were all Jedis. He sent me a picture on Halloween. They were all Jedis and everything. And what was Jess? She wasn't. I can't.
This year she was. Was she a chicken this year?
I think it was a chicken. It was something funny. I can't remember. I want to look back at the pictures, but I was a giant teddy bear myself. Me and my wife were giant teddy bears, and we went trick-or-treating and everything. And then we went out for Mexican food, and we brought our daughter out, and she was a little witch. And then the year prior, I was Gandalf from Lord of the Rings.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, so it was awesome.
Beard.
I do have the beard, but I had a beard over it. But the funny thing, I embodied the character, so I was talking like this wherever I went, and I really got into it. But and then
I feel like you got a good voice for it, and then you just did that, and I was.
Oh yeah. Right. Oh, I get my NPR voice every once in a while, and it's like, what? Chickens in Star Wars? No. I love it. Are you?
And now that you have 3D printers.
Yeah. I know. So, are you going to have a booth at PAX East coming up in March?
Oh yeah, great point. Yeah, we'll be at PAX East as well. We'll be riding alongside you, and yeah.
And there's Batman.
Let's go.
Yeah, awesome. So we'll work on something and do something collaborative, see if we can help bring some people over to the booth and everything. And if you are visiting PAX East in 2026, please take a moment, go into the hall on the show floor and visit our friends, Chris and April and everybody who's going to be there over at Daylight Basement Studios, and try Rightfully Barry arms for yourself. And they always have very cool stuff and just so awesome to chat with and everything. So please go do it. All right. So, thank you everybody so much for tuning in with us for this Dev Ride Along. Chris, April, thank you again so much for being a part of this. This was so informative. It was so cool hearing.
It was a lot of fun.
Oh, it's just, you shared so much about everything about the game and the feeling, and just how much, you can feel how much passion and everything you have for developing the game, even though I'm terrible at fighting that one boss. But it was, it was situational, because every time I got there, I always had like one heart. So one heart and a dream. But thank you again for being on. We'll have to plan something for the future and see what we can do together. And thank you everybody for tuning in with us, hanging out, and have a great night.
Cool. Thank you guys.
Thanks,
See everybody.
everyone.
Oh, actually, you know what? I just, in Twitch fashion, I'm terrible at this. Who's on? We have several
Someone.
ambassadors on. Actually, let's.
I want to cheer.
Is anybody? We are on. Okay. So we have several of our ambassadors that are on right now. So we're going to actually raid into Crusader, and we're going to bring some love over to him.
Woo.
I'm terrible at remembering to do this. Crusader. There we go. Did I do it right? No. I did it in his chat. My God, I'm gifted. Easy, Kraus. I'm coming. Oh, boy. Yeah. Well, you know. Thanks, Becca. Thanks. It was an afterthought, and I'm like, oh, invalid.
I'm sure you can program something on the Stream Deck.
Oh my God, I keep
you just
spelling his name
hit a
wrong.
button and it
Hit a button and it auto just shifts
just
over.
finds the top one.
There
Yeah.
we go. All right. I did it right finally. It's my first time. Yes, we've all been there. Thanks, Becca. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in with us. Stick around. Say hi to Crusader for us. And have a great Saturday night. See ya.